instant rice cereal at home and 5 different flavors of rice cereal. So I have taken brown rice, you can take white rice. So clean it very nicely, rinse it with water 2 to 3 times, and then keep it for drying for 45 minutes to 1 hour. You can also spread the rice in a cotton cloth. We don't want to over dry it, just for 45 minutes to 1 hour is enough. Transfer it to a pan, keep it on low medium heat and dry roast it. We are going to stir it after every 1 or 2 minutes. Roasting of rice will take about 7 to 8 minutes on a low medium heat. So when you take the rice in your hand, you will feel that there is still moisture, so I'm going to roast it for another 3 to 4 minutes. So when you know the rice is done is by two things: it will release a nice aroma of the roasted rice, and when you take it in your hand you will feel the dryness. So now it's completely dry and roasted right. We don't want to burn it. So after roasting, keep it for dry, make sure it's cooled down. Keep it away for about 10 to 20 minutes until it's completely cooled down, and then we are going to blend it. If you blend it hot, then it will create moisture which will spoil the rice cereal very easily. So we are going to cool it down and then blend it. You can make fine powder or a coarse powder depending on the age of your baby. So you can take this strainer and separate the fine rice cereal and then transfer it back to the mixie, or you can take only the coarse one, whichever way you choose. You can store this at room temperature for about 3 to 4 weeks. But these are instant rice cereal, but make sure you cook them very nicely. Undercooked food is not good for babies. So now let's get started with the first one, banana rice. Banana is the power food. It has vitamins and nutrients. So take about 1/4 cup of water. You can take also milk for the banana rice. Add 2 spoons of rice cereal. Rice cereal takes about 4 to 5 minutes to cook on a low medium heat. But or you can just add some hot water and keep it for some time, and it will be cooked very nicely. So but I like to cook it on the flame for about 3 to 4 minutes. Now when it's cooked, I'm going to add the banana. I've taken a small baby size banana. If you have bigger size banana, then you can cut it into half. And I like to add the banana when the rice is cooked. I don't like to cook the banana because banana tastes a little bit different when they are cooked. So now the rice cereal is cooked. To this I'm going to add bananas, and I have kind of right consistency, but after adding banana, when you are feeding to your baby, the consistency changes because the rice cereal will absorb water as it's getting cooled down. So if you're adjusting the consistency, especially for banana rice, then I would suggest add milk. And for vegans, you can add almond milk, rice, and rice milk will also go well with this. So now this is ready to be served, and let's move to our second one, pear rice. Pear is such a lovely fruit. It is full of fibers and nutrients. Now you can also do the apple rice. So the same way you add water. I'm going to add a little bit of more than 1/4 cup of water because we want to cook pear a little bit. So if and then I'm adding the rice cereal. So if you are adding apple, then add apple and rice at the same time, because apple takes a little bit more time to cook than pear. Apple rice also tastes good. So I'm going to just show you very few one and try with different fruits and vegetables, because the concept remains the same. It's like when you add that fruit and vegetable. So now this is almost cooked. So after 2 to 3 minutes, I'm going to add chopped pear, and then cook it for another 2 to 3 minutes, and you can just mash it with a spoon and a pear will mash. If you're taking apple, then you can use the masher, and both taste really good, and they have a lot of nutrients. This is a good meal for kids with different flavors every day. So it's almost ready. Now I'm going to transfer it, and the consistency is also important. So once you are ready to serve, you can adjust the consistency. So and you can add the spices also. So some of the spices which goes well are with pear is cinnamon. Even with apple, cinnamon goes very well. So I'm going to add a pinch of cinnamon. After 8 to 9 months, I think you can start the spices. I started for my baby. Let's move on to another nutritious meal, carrot rice. So you carrot rice, I've just chopped the carrots. If the my carrot was tender, so if it's not tender, then remove the middle yellow portion, that hard portion, because it's difficult to digest. If you're using organic carrots, then I would go ahead and use the peel. I'm not going to peel off the skin. But if your carrots are not organic, then I suggest to peel off the skin. So same thing, I've kept the water for boiling. I've taken some extra water because carrots take some time to cook. So this chopped carrots, they are fork tender. Once they are fork tender, I'm going to add the rice cereal. And sometimes when you cook, you may need to add water. Just add the water, a little bit extra water. So now I'm going to add 2 spoons of rice cereal and cook it for another 3 to 4 minutes till the rice is cooked.
You can use the masher for this if you want to mash a carrot. So you can make use beans, zucchini, any kind of vegetables you want. So now this water has evaporated, so I'm going to add a little bit of water to cook the rice cereal with carrots. And you can add sweeteners and salt as per your taste. I didn't add any salt for my baby when I was giving her baby food. So the carrot rice is ready, and you can use more than one vegetable if you want. So you can just be creative with this rice cereal. Now let's move on the easy one, dates rice. Babies like it. It's sweet. It's very good if they have a constipation. It's good in iron and fiber. So I've taken one date, de-seeded it, and cleaned it, chopped it into pieces. This is a big size date, so if you're taking a small size, you can take 2 if you want. So I'm boiling 1/4 cup of water and adding the dates. The dates will melt very easily. And now I'm going to add a rice cereal. And if you have started giving dry fruits to kids, the almonds goes well with this. You can just some almond powder or almond paste, a little bit. So the rice cereal and dates will cook together. This is very sweet and yummy rice cereal which kids like. You can also add some raisins if you like. If your baby has constipation problem, then this is a good one. Pear is good for a pear, apple, and this one is good for the digestive system. I'm going to add a little bit of cardamom powder. It's optional depending on the age of your baby. So now it's cooked. It smells good with cardamom, dates, and rice. And I'm going to transfer it to a bowl. And you can adjust the consistency when you are ready to feed, but this is the right consistency I have. Let's move to another nutritious one, pumpkin rice. I've taken red pumpkin or winter pumpkin, whatever you said. It's loaded with vitamin A, very healthy vegetable. So I've kept about 1 1/4 of water to boil. And pumpkin doesn't take much time to cook, and when it's cooked, it's very easy to mash it. This doesn't require any sweeteners or no salt is needed here. It's absolutely yummy and healthy. So the pumpkin is cooked. Now I'm going to add the rice cereal and cook it for another 3-4 minutes. So by the time pumpkin will become very soft and smooth. You can also use the masher, but with the spoon I was fine. I'm just mashing the pumpkin. And the spices which goes with pumpkin is cinnamon, as every one of us knows. So you can add a dash of cinnamon powder if you like. And this pumpkin rice is very nutritious. It's loads of vitamin A. And I never mix any other vegetable with pumpkin. Pumpkin just tastes itself very nicely. It's cooked, so it's ready and to be served. Enjoy this delicious and nutritious baby meal. and don't forget to subscribe Narisaki channel for more interesting videos.